Hello and welcome to my first ever video game room tour. I'm very excited about this. I've been wanting to do one for a long time. The first thing you're going to notice in my video game room tour is that I don't have all my consoles in here. I have some of them in my bedroom. The setup there is not so exciting. It's just a bunch of wires and consoles. So we're going to skip over like PS4, PlayStation 3, the Switch, Wii U, Wii, PlayStation TV. I do have them. They're over there though, so we're not gonna go in there. It's not very exciting. It's actually kind of boring. So without further ado, let's take a look. There's about 1,600 video games in this room, around that, give or take a few, and about 25 consoles, different versions of consoles maybe. Yeah, so let's take a look. Let's see what you guys think, and let's have some fun. Alright, walking into my video game room for the first ever tour. First thing you're going to notice is how small it is. It is tiny. So we got this giant chair taking up most of the room over here. It's huge. It's very comfortable, but it is probably way too big for this room. And we have a giant TV over here, my giant CRT that's playing Dragon Ball on the Saturn, one of the Dragon Ball games. So let's dive right into the consoles first. We have the Sega 32X right up here, this monstrosity of a system. My Sega Genesis Model 2 with the Sega CD Model 2. Right next to that we have the Nintendo GameCube with the Game Boy player with the disc on top. It's on the bottom. Next up we have the Sega Saturn, which is what's playing on the television with the action replay. Underneath that we have the Sega Dreamcast, and underneath that we have my beloved Nintendo 64, and underneath that we have the original Xbox. Like I said, we have this giant TV right here. Beautiful, but too big maybe for this room. We have the audio video switcher, which allows me to connect all my video games to at the same time. This thing is ridiculous. I believe it has 8 inputs in there. A lot of wires. We're not going to get into that because that is just too much of a headache. Underneath the television, we have some other consoles. We have the Sega Master System playing some Shinobi on there. I forgot to dust that. That looks disgusting. Underneath that, we have the TurboGrafx 16, which I only have 2 games for. And I forgot to dust that too. We have Atari, or the Sears Video Arcade, and a Mewtwo Amiibo, which isn't supposed to be there. Up here I have some random controllers for the Sega Master System, Atari 2600, and Sega Dreamcast, and some light guns in there too. I think there's the light phaser and the Zapper, Nintendo Zapper in there too. Alright, over here I have some controllers. I have some lightsabers too. Here's my Virtual Boy controller for my Virtual Boy. It's actually incredibly comfortable here. We have the Super Yellow Super Nintendo. In here I have some random controllers, some other stuff. We got the paddle controllers for Atari, and some Wii U stuff, some Wii stuff, and there's more in there too. On the ground we have a whole array of power strips and wires. This is unfortunate. I wish I had a better means for this, but that's just what it is. And right over here we have my Nintendo Switch bag, which is super sweet. In here I have some Game Gear games and cases and things like that. Here is just some random stuff like the McDonald's, Mario stuff. This is a Lego from the Lego City Undercover game released for the Switch with pre-order. There's some other stuff like my end labels and another one, plus some instructions and manuals and things like that. Bottom one's my favorite because it has all my Atari 2600 games. Got some great games here like Kaboom, Breakout, Ms. Pac-Man, Pac-Man Jr., all kinds of fun stuff. Demon Attack is great. Now let's move on to this wall right here, which has my PS1 games right here. Got some good RPGs there, even though I don't really play RPGs, but they're there. I mean, I wish I alphabetized these, but I didn't. So sorry about that. Got Metal Gear Solid on that shelf. We got Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and one of my holy grails in my collection would be the struggle with Clock Tower 2, The Struggle Within, which I got for 18 cents at a Salvation Army, which I'm very happy about, and it's in like pristine condition. I think I've mentioned that already. Moving down, some other great games like WWF SmackDown 2, Know Your Role, Spider-Man, Rayman, Die Hard. Some really cool stuff there. On the bottom here I have some Resident Evil games that I got at Salvation Army for $1. I love Salvation Army. And got some more stuff, PlayStation 1 stuff over here. And here's how I play my PlayStation 1 games with my PlayStation 2. And a whole pile of wires, which looks great, I'm sure. I need a bigger game room. Moving on to the main wall of my collection over here. We got some goodies up top, which we'll talk about right now. We have Sega CD Model 2 in box, Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. We got The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. We got some amiibos. We got the Dreamcast keyboard. We got some more amiibos on top there. We got Hey You Pikachu, Virtual Cop 2, my Virtual Boy with the AC adapter. We got Majora's Mask. We got Skull Kid with Majora's Mask. Got some more amiibos. Got some in-box stuff, random in-box stuff. Luigi, stuffed Luigi. We have this really cool Pokken Tournament Pikachu Edition controller for the Wii U. I've never opened it yet. We have a Power Glove that my lovely girlfriend has put in a shadow box. It looks awesome. We got the Samba Maracas. Maracas, not maracas. And we got my favorite, DK Bongos. This is, I have a problem when it comes to bongos. You'll see that later when we go to the basement. Here's a box for the new 3DS Majora's Mask Edition. Another controller for Pokken Tournament. Little Nightmares special edition in there. Another Nintendo McDonald's thing. Got a giant Snorlax. Well, it's actually Ditto turned it into a Snorlax. We have Yoshi's Woolly World box. This is one of my favorites. The Wind Waker HD collection. Wind Waker HD edition right here, which is awesome. You got StarCraft 64 in box, no manual, bums me out, but whatever. Twilight Princess with, well, the box of it. The Nintendo Switch is right here, box. Got my amiibo holder that I forgot to put all my amiibos in. Got two broken NESs. I'm sure I'll fix them one day. We got the Sonic Mania Collector's Edition statue. This never gets old, so we're doing it. That's awesome. We got my NES Classic Edition right over here. Underneath it, of course, a Super NES Classic Edition. Well, Super Nintendo Classic Edition, you know what I mean. Moving on to the games in my shelves, we have what I like to call my Sega Shelf. Most of my Sega stuff are in here. Rocket Knight Adventure is amazing. I wish I alphabetized these. That's okay though. We got the Sonic Mania Collector's Edition cart, which doesn't actually play, but it would be really cool if it did. Focus. Got some really cool games up there. Got a random Atari manual. Got some more games over here. Contra Hardcore, one of the more valuable titles in my collection, along with a beautiful Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hyperstone Heist. Can't put it back in there now. We have some Sega Saturn Japanese games with one TurboGrafx game in there. Some Japanese Saturn games with some Sega Dreamcast games. Some loose Sega carts, Sega Genesis carts over here. Clone Wars. X-Men 2 Clone Wars is awesome. Play that game. That's for Virtual Boy. Ghouls and Ghosts is one of my favorite games ever. Right over here. It's so much fun. Underneath those, we have my Sega Master System collection. At least some of the games. We have Sega Master System games up here too, actually. I don't want to bring these out because you can't even see them. It's unfortunate. But I know I have Phantasy Star here somewhere. Yep, there it is, Phantasy Star. That's one of my best games on there. Sega Master System, boring old white carts. Then you hit Rampage over here and it's a red cart. Montezuma's Revenge, this is a really cool game. Yeah, we have Siberia for the Sega Saturn up here for no reason, just chilling. On the bottom over here, as I get down here, some more loose Sega CD, Sega Saturn stuff. We have some in-box stuff here. Nights into Dreams, Machine Head, Saturn games. Some Sonic CD stuff. Really cool. Terminator's amazing. Sonic CD, of course. Got Double Switch up there. Kind of an infamous game. And over here is some of my, well, this is all my Sega 32X games right here. Really cool stuff. I love my Sega 32X. Moving on to my PlayStation, my Sony wall over here. We have random amiibos for Super Mario Odyssey and Majora's Mask Link over here. Moving those, you have my PS4 collection right over here. Got some fun goodies over here. Shovel Knight, a lot of VR stuff. Gravity Rush Remastered, probably one of my more valuable games, probably the most valuable game I have for the PS4, which is awesome. Moving down, we have some more PS4 games over here. Dead by Daylight's really good. No Man's Sky, which we all know how that turned out. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. GameStop actually re-released it, and it has like a manual and everything, and we all know how much I love manuals. Another one of my favorite games of all time, Stardew Valley. I bought this at Target, and they never took the case off, so I have to do that one day. I totally keep forgetting to do that. PS3 games over here on this side. We have one of my favorites, the Ultimate Sith Edition steel bookcase for Star Wars Force Unleashed. 3D Game Heroes is an amazing game too, this guy right here. You should totally buy it. And moving down, some more PS3 games with Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 and 3 in HD Collection. Shadow Colossus, Dragon's Crown, I bought that at a garage sale. We got a few Vita games. I don't even have a Vita, but I have a PlayStation TV, and I believe all these games hopefully should be able to play on there. So I have 6 games of that. I have a good amount of 360 games. I got a lot of doubles here. I buy them at Salvation Army because they're super cheap. So I have 2 Assassin's Creed 3s. So if anyone wants an Assassin's Creed 3 for free, just let me know. I'll hook you up. Some more games over here. A lot of Call of Duty. I think I own 2 Fable 3s as well. Some more 360 mixed with Xbox games. One Xbox One game. I don't have an Xbox One, but there you go. It's Salvation Army, $2. Can't beat that. On the bottom is primarily original Xbox games. We got some good games like Time Splitters and some awful games like Dragon Ball Z Sagas. This game's really awesome. So definitely look for this game if you're looking for it. Holographic cover and everything, it's super fun. This guy also, Panzer Dragoon Orta. Beautiful graphics, awesome game. Alright, moving over here to my N64 collection. I have N labels I bought from Etsy. Plus I have my amiibos here, so you can take a look at those with my N64 collection in the same shot. Look at that, that's called planning, guys. I'm trying still for a complete N64 collection here. It's been slowing down lately, but I'm gonna work on it still. Here's some more N64 games. Of course, amiibos in front. We have Rider Link. We have the Guardian, which is awesome. It looks sick. And the last row of N64 games over here. Of course, Majora's Mask, one of my all-time favorite games of all time. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, the last game ever released for the N64, so that's pretty cool to have. It doesn't look that bad either compared to the PS1 version, PS2 version. I mean, it does, but at the same time, it's still playable. We have some PSP games that I don't really know much about because I don't really play my PSP too often, so those are mainly games I bought at Salvation Army. This is my handhelds kind of games over here. So we have some 3DS games here. I don't know if you can see it because of the stupid shadows and the sun. Sonic Generations. Original DS games down there. Some more 3DS games down here like Dragon Ball Extreme Butoden, Dragon Ball Fusions, of course the Pokemon games. Star Fox 3D is amazing. I have one in-box Virtual Boy game. I also have some more Virtual Boy games. I don't know where they are right now. They're around here somewhere. My one lonely boxed Game Boy Color game is a Powerpuff Girl game. Don't judge. Got some more Dragon Ball games for the DS down there too. I got the Poke Walker in there too, so that's awesome to have. Moving on to GameCube / handheld systems over here. Got some great games there. The 2 Metroid Primes. Godzilla's really good. Chibi Robo, very underrated. Or maybe even overrated now. This is the best version of the first Metal Gear game in my opinion. Don't at me. That's what people are saying now. Over here we have more GameCube games. Alien Hominid. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast is great. Animal Crossing, you gotta love Animal Crossing. Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, I don't want to take those out because I have my handhelds here. The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, which I got at Salvation Army for $2. I'm never taking that $2 sticker off. I'm so happy with that. Here we have 3 DS Lites. The 2 silver ones I purchased at Salvation Army for really pretty much nothing. And the white one's from when I graduated high school and I bought it. Here we have my beautiful and very sexy new 3DS Majora's Mask Edition, Special Edition. And here we have my Neo Geo Pocket Color, which I have one game for. And it's in there. It's Metal Slug. Moving on further. Some more GameCube games over here. WrestleMania. I believe that's WrestleMania 19. The Pokemon Coliseum bonus disc, which you got for pre-ordering the game. It has allowed you to get Jirachi. No one can see that. That's really cool. I'm happy to have that. Pikmin 1 and 2, Beautiful Joe 1 and 2. A lot of good games in this shelf. And here we also have my Game Boy Color from when I was a kid. I played so much Pokemon on that. Game Boy Advance SP. And the Sony PSP right here. Moving on to some more GameCube games. We have Teen Titans there. Super Smash Bros. Melee. Double Dash right there. Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg over there. Down here we also have Game Boy Pocket. 2 original Game Boys. One from when I was a kid, one I bought at Salvation Army. Over here on the GameCube shelf I have some super random Famicom games that I got for pretty much nothing. Some other random GameCube games. Most of them sports tiles, most of them nothing super special here. One random PS3 game. And over here we have my beautiful blue Game Gear. It doesn't ever want to focus. Oh hey, what's up? Hi. And here we have the regular color Game Gear. I want to get these modded with different screens so it'll look good. That's the dream right there. Of course it doesn't focus. There we go. And in this binder I have some loose discs of movies and various other stuff. And moving on over here to my Switch shelf, you see I have a plethora of Switch games over here. One of my favorite things in the collection is the Rampage City Retro City Rampage Collector's Edition over here. Very exclusive, super happy to have that. Don't know how rare it is exactly, but I know they didn't make any. And here's some of the alternative covers for the game. Axiom Verge Multiverse Edition, plus Fire Emblem Warrior Special Edition. Moving on further down, I have a lot of Wii games. I wish they were in order. Metroid Prime Trilogy. GameStop actually gave me the sleeve for free, which is super nice of them. I was missing that, so that was awesome of that store. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, awesome fighting game. No More Heroes 2, Mr. Bean's Wacky World. Don't ask. A lot of crap on here, but whatever. Kirby's Dream Collection, Special Edition, so all the games from Kirby, well, most of the, they picked a few highlights from those games and put them on that disc. Then we have some more Wii games. The Resident Evil shooters are a lot of fun, they're light gun shooters. Over here, secret compartment for more Wii games. Hooray Wii! So much Wii and so much little time. Nothing too special here. Actually, I do have my rarest game in my collection, or most valuable game in my collection for the Wii, with Cyberbikes Cycling Sports. So really happy to have that. I bought that for $10 at I think it was Second and Charles, which I couldn't believe it. And moving on to one of my pride and joys, the Wii U. Very sad and lonely console. But I have a ton of games for here for the Wii U, which is super fun. It's fun to collect for because nothing's really super expensive anymore. Like even the games that were super expensive are really only 60 bucks. So the rarest games are about 60 bucks now. Like Funky Barn used to be super expensive and now it's like 30. Cars 3, which is the last, like one of the last major releases besides Just Dance for it, which is cool to have. Held in the box for like 75 bucks. Same thing with the Crude's Prehistoric Party. No one really cares about the Wii U, so just just buy some games, man. Same thing with Turbo, Super Stunt Squad. Wii U Sports Club I got for like nothing. So I was super excited to do this video and I totally forgot about the Super Nintendo and my Nintendo collection, so let's take a look. Over here we have some awesome games like The Lost Vikings, Star Fox, UN Squadron. I have a Super Famicom game over here because it's a game I love, Dragon Ball Z Hyper Dimension. It is actually a really fun, gorgeous game. Probably my rarest Super Nintendo game would be Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. I don't have a whole lot of rare games in here, but I have the good ones. Like Super Metroid over here. I have all 3 Star Wars games. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, F-Zero of course, Super Mario Kart. Tournament Fighter over here, Super Mario World, of course you have to have that, Mega Man X, Batman Returns, Super Ghosts and Ghouls. I prefer the Genesis game that they released for that. I think I mentioned that already. And over here, Castlevania 4 is one of my favorite games for the system too. Here we have my NES collection. The dodgeball game's awesome. They actually made a sequel, somewhat of a sequel for the Game Boy Advance, and I love Mega Man 3, Goonies 2. The soundtrack is fantastic. Blaster Master, Ghosts and Ghouls. You got Mario, of course. And here are the rest of them. Dr. Mario, Life Force is a fun ride. Jackal, Batman, DuckTales. Fester's Quest is awful, but I love it. Solomon's Key is a lot of fun. Gremlins 2, Kickle Cubicle, River City Ransom. Probably my most valuable game for the NES here. And we have Bart Simpson versus the Space Mutants. Another one of my favorite games for the system, Marble Madness 2. So I also forgot my Game Boy Color, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance collection. I keep them in a binder. It's kind of a flimsy thing, but it's the best way to kind of look at your games at the same time as this thing tries to fall on me here. You got that Pokemon, of course. Joe and Mac. More Pokemon. Bomberman. Pocket Bomberman's great. You have Conquer. Zelda, of course. Used to love WrestleMania 2000. Driver. More Pokemon. Kirby's Dream Land. Kirby's first ever game. Fun fact. Most people don't know that. Jackie Chan Adventures over here is a good time. It's like a brawler. Castlevania. Aria of Sorrow. Zelda, of course. That's on the other page, though. I thought it was on this page. Mario Pinball Land. There's the sequel to Dodgeball I was talking to you about earlier. Some Sonic games. Some Pokemon. Gunstar Superheroes. Sequel to Gunstar Heroes. Lady Sia. Don't be confused with that with the singer. There's Jackie Chan Adventures again. Super Mario Advances. Astro Boy. Really good game over there. Dragon Ball Z games. More Sonic. Mario Tennis, one of my favorite sports games ever. Metroid Fusion. I have Zero Mission somewhere. I'm just not sure where. So that's hiding somewhere. I'm trying to collect all the classic NES series games for the Game Boy Advance. I have a few more to go. But those are pretty fun to collect for because they're not super expensive either. But that's it for my binder of Game Boy stuff. Now you might be thinking to yourself, hey Matt, where's all your PlayStation 2 games? Well, they are hiding up here in this closet. I'm not going to show you underneath it because everything is super messy. But yeah, I have over 100-ish PlayStation 2 games. Let's take a look if we can even see anything over here. Let's do top row first, why not? Sylpheed. Awesome packaging for that. Working Designs, man, they do a good job. I wish I had more Working Designs games, but man, most of those are expensive. Beyond Good and Evil, making a sequel finally. I have 2 Jack 3s. Don't know why. I forget what I have. Ooh, Dark Cloud 2. Awesome RPG. Very fun. Two Katamari Damacies, so if anyone needs one, just hook me up. Like to let me know, you know. I don't need to. 2 Japanese PS2 games, because I have a, well, you're gonna see it later. And 7 Blades, which I haven't played. I know that's a game not released in America. A lot of random sports games. Ooh, Friends Collection. The Friends game, I gotta play that. X-Men. Mega Man X Collection. I can't talk anymore. Zone of the Enders. Such a good game. A lot of Dragon Ball games. The Hitman Collection here. All the Ratchet and Clanks. All the Grand Theft Autos, of course, except for the releases on the PSP. One of my rarer games for the collection. Also, what's this receipt? Futurama, which I received for 10 bucks. Super good game. Well, not really good, just super rare. Not really rare even, just kind of expensive. Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. A little more of a valuable game. Oh man, I have 3 Jack 3s. Holy crap. I have a problem. Odin Sphere, that game is just gorgeous to look at. Alright, that's all for the games up here. Let's move down to the basement. Alright, here I just have things that are too big to have up there. A lot of big box stuff, a lot of stuff I just don't want taking up room up there. Including some just random Disney Infinity figures on this table. So I got my Wii U box over here. 2 Xbox 360 consoles, which I have an extra one upstairs too. This is really cool. I thought this was a boxed game, but it's actually a VHS tape from Blockbuster detailing what Banjo-Kazooie is, which is kind of cool to have. And I have 7 total bongos. I have the one in box upstairs. Here's the Wii U Amiibo Festival. A lot of Toys to Life games for the Wii U here because they were on clearance. Some PS2 drums. This one's actually Japanese. Here's 3 PS2 consoles. 3 Wii consoles that I have extra. 2 GameCube consoles. A plug-and-play Atari 2600 console, which is kind of fun. I have several dance mats for the GameCube / Wii. Large advertisement for World of Warcraft Mists of Pandaria. The Arkham Asylum Collector's Edition for the PS3. Moving on to the next shelf, I have another pride and joy in my collection. The Japanese Aqua Blue Ratchet & Clank PS2. That's where that Japanese PS2 Ratchet & Clank comes from. I have 2 Wii Fits in box. I think they're actually brand new. This is just a box of just random stuff for the Wii. This is awful looking. Whatever that is, I've never played it. I don't even want to. This is my box for my PlayStation VR. All the Guitar Hero and Rock Band stuff right here. I have some drums somewhere too. I didn't put them over here. This thing is gorgeous. Mortal Kombat arcade stick for the Mortal Kombat game released in I believe it was Mortal Kombat 9. Some more Disney Infinity figures. I bought all the Star Wars ones because that's really all I cared about. And 2 PS1s that I don't even play because I just use my PS2s. My childhood Genesis, that's a little bit broken, and the original model of the Genesis over there too. And last but not least, Sega Genesis 3 with young Indiana Jones in there. And that's about it. But yes guys, that is my video game room tour finally done. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you thought was my coolest thing, what was my lamest thing that I had, because there's a bunch of them. I want to extend this a lot. I might move everything to my basement first. But what's cool about making this video, I can look back and see how my video game room was in the past, if I ever do decide to move it to the basement, which will probably happen sooner than later, because I'm running out of room, as you guys can probably tell. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe up there. Watch another video up there. Like the video if you guys liked it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.